Catherine Pugh is facing an 11-count indictment, including federal fraud charges in connection to sales of her Healthy Holly children's book.
We have team coverage at noon. Paul Gessler has reaction from city leaders, and WJZ investigator Mike Halgren explains those charges. We start with Mike.
Federal authorities laid out an 11-count indictment against former Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh, unsealed this morning, that could land her in prison for decades.
There are many victims in this case. The victims are all of us, the taxpayers and the people of Baltimore who expect and deserve integrity from their public officials.
Pugh is accused of selling hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of her Healthy Holly children's books to enrich her political campaign and herself. According to the indictment, she lied on her tax returns in 2016, reporting $31,000 in income when she really made more than $320,000.
Mr. Herr, can you talk about the work that went into piecing all of this together, because this took years?
They do take time because there are a lot of different puzzle pieces, a lot of different payments, and a lot of different people in order to interview in order to try to fit all the puzzle pieces together.
Former Pugh aide Gary Brown Jr. is one of two of the former mayor's associates to enter guilty pleas. Federal authorities allege Brown helped the former mayor funnel Healthy Holly proceeds to her political campaign, disguising where the cash came from.
Ms. Pugh allegedly used the proceeds of the sale of fraudulently obtained Healthy Holly books for her own purposes, including to fund straw donations to her mayoral election campaign, and also to fund the purchase and renovation of a home in Baltimore City.
The indictment caps years of investigative work, including federal raids on City Hall and Pugh's home, which she may have to forfeit.
Ms. Pugh violated that trust and abused her position. The interests she prioritized were her own. The indictment announced today is an example of what happens when a public servant engages in a corrupt behavior.
We did hear from former Mayor Pugh's attorney, Steve Silverman. He is not commenting today. He says he's going to do his talking in court tomorrow. Pugh is scheduled to appear here at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Reporting from the federal courthouse, Mike Halgren, WJZ.
And now local lawmakers react to the charges against Pugh. Paul Gessler has more.
It's been nearly 7 months since federal agents were walking out of the front door of City Hall with boxes of materials, kicking off its investigation against then Mayor Catherine Pugh. She then resigned a week later. Here at City Hall today, two men running for mayor, Brandon Scott and Jack Young, addressed it. Young, of course, took over as mayor back in April once Pugh took her leave of absence. He was asked about it and read a prepared statement before talking about ethics reform. Scott addressed it after this morning's Board of Estimates meeting.
For it to happen in the midst of crime that is unyielding in Baltimore City, on the heels of years of having crime, also when you had another mayor now taken out of office because of corruption, that shakes the fabric of the trust between community and its elected officials.
We're all heartbroken and completely disappointed in today's news. I pray for former Mayor Pugh, and I'm focused on helping our city to heal.
That briefing room where Jack Young holds his weekly press conferences is the same location former Mayor Catherine Pugh held that infamous press event back in March, where she laid out baby clothing and tried explaining her deals with the University of Maryland medical system. For now, reporting from City Hall, I'm Paul Gessler for WJZ.
Stay with WJZ for complete coverage of the indictment of Catherine Pugh. We'll have all the latest developments as we learn them.